Gilbert, just real quick, I wanted to get your news on this, and I thought it was huge. I think we were driving to Vegas, and I mentioned this to you. Jon Jones wants Alex Pereira over Tom Aspinall.
Aspinall.
Aspinall. Yeah, okay. And it was funny because, Gilbert, you mentioned Tom multiple times. You said, hey, if it's not going to be Bones Jones, it's going to have to be Tom because he's the interim champion. But, Gilbert, how excited would you be for this potential matchup? Because, I mean, I remember you were in the car and you got hyped. I would get hyped for something like this because obviously he just beat Jamal Hill. He's kind of in the same spot as Pantoja where he's like, okay, I already beat the crap out of all you guys. Like, maybe I should come up and maybe collect another piece of hardware. But what do you kind of see in this potential matchup? Big money.
Oh, definitely. And I love the way that Alex Pereira has made a name for himself in the United States. And like, he doesn't even speak English, but he's just such a monster and dominant. Like, he's like a guy you don't want to mess with. Like, if you see this guy, if you run across him, you better run the other way. Like, especially when he has the shave cut. Like, I love that whole thing. And like, he's a nice guy with the hair growing, and then when he shaves it off, it's all business. Don't mess with that guy. So hands of stone, right? In Brazilian, I forgot to say. Oh, I'm gonna try, but I gotta learn Portuguese. But he's become a star, and now I think maybe that was the last thing that Jon Jones needed. Remember, he kept fighting Daniel Cormier, and then like, okay, well, the Cormier can't beat you, so what else do you do? And then he fought like nobodies, and then he got in trouble with other stuff. He got injuries, and he's a little older too. So I would like to see that. And again, it's a guy in his prime moving up against a legendary fighter who's never been beaten before. Like, the storylines are all right there. And in a way, like, maybe Pereira could be the favorite because Jon Jones hasn't fought. He's older. It's about to be a year and a half or 2 years. And Jon Jones said he wants that fight because it might be the last payday he'll get in his career. Yeah, fighting Tom Aspinall, who's the interim champion, maybe he deserves it more, but it's not going to get as much money as Pereira and Jon Jones. And I was trying to think about when they'll do it, Fernando. You know, UFC kind of has like their tent poles. You know, they have a big fight like around March. That was UFC 300. They have one International Fight Week in July, and they tend to save a special one at the end of the year, and then also a special one for Madison Square Garden in New York. I think around October, November. So that could be something there. No,
Vegas.
You want Vegas? Yeah, hopefully
Vegas.
And then the Vegas one will probably be at the end of the year, like December something. We could wait.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that. That would be a killer fight at the end in Vegas. But I definitely. I mean, obviously, Jon Jones, whenever he's on the headline, he's like, I mean, obviously, he's not at the level of Conor, but whenever the name Jon Jones is on there, it's special. It's a special weekend. And I think the media craze would be nuts for him to return. Obviously, like you said, he's been out for a while, and to come back and take on the biggest dog in the yard, like, that would be interesting to watch. So,
Chama. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Jones is anywhere near being done yet. So, but I mean, there's something in the water when it comes to that family.
If we get a year with Conor McGregor and Jon Jones return, that's a fun year.
That's a lot of energy, especially with the way. I mean, you told me you're like, you've never experienced anything like this, and now I'm like, oh shoot. Then imagine Jon Jones. Also?
I've never covered a Jon Jones fight. Now I think about it.
Oh really?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't think so.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Well, because he's so up and down. Like, sometimes he fights, other times, So it's
actually when I was in Vegas covering a bunch of UFC fights, that's when he got his like a long year suspension. He was doing other stuff, and he got in trouble a lot. And I think when he came back, I don't think it was one of the last Cormier fights where he kicked him in the stomach. It might have been like outside of Vegas, but I can't remember.